Now, I love hearing how other people are automating their smart home, and today we've got a special treat. We're going to be hearing from some of the best content creators and YouTubers across the platform, and they're going to be sharing some of their favorite smart home automations with us here today. This is going to be a good one. Let's go. Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Shane, and this channel is all about building an easy Apple home, smart home with new videos and live streams published every week. So this year we started a short little series here on the channel where we were showcasing automations submitted by you guys, the viewers. We had some awesome automations, some very creative ideas in there. I will put links to those videos or that playlist down below in case you want to check out that video after this one. But today we've got a special treat. We have a YouTuber edition today. So we're going to be hearing from some of our favorite content creators and YouTubers across the platform, and they're going to be sharing some of their favorite smart home automations with us here today. So hopefully this will give you some good ideas. I truly appreciate each and every YouTuber who submitted an automation for us so that we can share them with you here today. I decided to split this video into two parts. I didn't want to give you an automation overload today. So this is just part one of a two-part series here showcasing these incredible automations from some amazing YouTubers. A lot of these automations and concepts can be applied to really whatever smart home platform you're using, you know, whether it's Apple Home or Google Home Assistant. So I do encourage you to definitely subscribe to all of these content creators. I'll put links to all their channels down below. And yeah, without further ado, let's jump right into the first automation.
Hey Shane, thanks for the opportunity to collaborate and share one of my favorite automations with your audience. I was so impressed with the automations that were submitted by your viewers with some really seriously creative ideas. I keep things pretty simple here at the Lloyd Smart Home. I try to stick with Apple Home, and I only use Homebridge and Siri shortcuts sparingly. We have two kids, 8 and 13, and one of our challenges is getting them up in the morning so they have enough time to eat breakfast and get ready for school. They have HomePod minis in their room, but they've gotten pretty good at ignoring their alarm, so I've started to take a more effective, gradual approach to waking them up that's really helped with our morning routine. I use a series of time-based automations to open their smart blinds, turn on their lights, and play some music on their HomePods. I have 4 scenes that trigger in 15-minute intervals as wake-up time approaches. Starting at 1 hour before their wake-up time, their blinds open just a couple of inches. I'm using these thread-enabled Smart Wings blinds that we love. 15 minutes later, their blinds open to 25%, and I turn on some dim accent light, like nanoleaf shapes, twinkly lights, and some various light strips, and start to play some calming music at a very low volume. 30 minutes before wake-up time, their blinds open to 75%, accent light gets a little bit brighter, and the music's played just a little bit louder. Once it's officially wake-up time, then the blinds fully open, and I switch to some more energetic and louder music. At any time, the kids could just use their HomePods to turn their lights off or mute their music. And sometimes this does happen, but the point of this automation is for a more gradual wake up. As their natural sleep cycle ends, then they wake up more easily and in a better mood, so it's a win-win. One last tip is to manage holidays or PA days when you want to skip the alarm. I have a HomeKit button that turns on a dummy switch to set this wake up automation to only run when the switch is off. You do need a third-party app for this like Eve, Controller for HomeKit, or HomePlus 6. But it's really easy to do. I then have a separate automation that turns the switch off later in the morning so it's reset and ready for the next day. So these are some really simple automations using basic HomeKit products. I use them for my kids, but this would work for adults as well. Shane, thanks again for the opportunity to share. Keep up the great work on your channel.
Hey, what's up? One of my favorite automations that I've set up is one that's extremely helpful and has very high spouse approval ratings. So it's a good one. And what the automation is once we come home, we're reminded to go check the front porch for a possible package if someone was detected by the video doorbell while everyone was away. And this helps us not forget packages that were left on the front porch, which has happened to us before. I'm using Home Assistant, and if someone is spotted on our front porch while everyone is gone, it turns on a virtual switch. And then if that virtual switch is on when everyone comes home, and no one opens up the front door in 5 minutes, then it reminds us.
Check the front porch for a possible package.
But you could set this up with a much simpler system. You know, you could turn on a smart light to a certain color if the video doorbell detected someone and no one was home. And then you would see that light and know that you could go check the front porch for that package. And this has helped us so many times, and I love it.
Hey Shane, thanks for having me on. Now my favorite automations are ones that save me a bunch of time. Now when I began my channel, I started to add all these different lights to this studio right here, and it was taking me a lot of time to get them all turned on. Well, thankfully, a ton of new smart devices came out where I could quickly turn them on and off. And so that is going to be my automation today, how I instantly turn on all of these lights and devices at once, and then I turn them off. And I'm just realizing it's going to turn off my camera. So I need to adjust that real quick. Now the automations I use are built in the SmartThings app, and everything is connected through there. So I have office recording and office stop recording. So here under the stop recording scene, you can see all the different types of lights I'm using where it's turning them all off. I have Casa, Philips Hue, I'm using a SwitchBot bot, and a few others to be able to control all of them with one scene. So now let's say I'm done recording for the day. I simply press the stop button. It's going to turn off this light, those lights, my TV, and even my cameras. And sometimes they take a little extra long to turn off, like this one. All right, and we are done recording for the day. Now I could add another light to turn on so I can make my way out of here. But now let's say I want to start recording. All I have to do is push the office recording button. The lights instantly turn back on, the cameras turn on, the TV turns on, and the key light turns on as well. So just like that, I am back to being able to record. Now I've set these up on motion sensors before, so whenever I sit in the seat, it automatically turns the lights on, and when I leave, it turns them off. But I like the option to simply touch the button, or on Android, I have the option to use widgets right here where I can start and stop that scene. Thanks so much for having me on. We'll see you on the next one.
My name's EricWelander. I'm an iOS app developer, and I have a channel here on YouTube talking all about Apple smart home tech. So I have an automation I find really helpful, and I think you might enjoy it too if you're trying to get two different lights to stay in sync all the time. Here in my office, I work remotely, so I might have meetings during the day, or then at night I might be recording a YouTube video, and I don't want my little children or my wife to interrupt that and open the door, but otherwise I'd love for them to come in and say hi. And so I installed a status light, the little sconce outside of my office door with a Philips Hue bulb in it. And when it's green, it means you can come in, and when it's red or yellow, it means probably stay out. Now, when I'm inside my office, it's hard to know what's the actual setting for that light outside of my office. So I added a nanoleaf light strip below my desk, and the color of that matches whatever the color is of the light outside my door. So then I can quickly see the status of the light by just looking down at my feet. And to do this in the Home app, there's actually a great feature called Group with Other Accessories. So if you have, let's say, two lights that both support colors or similar features, even if they're from different companies, you can group them. So I'm here in my office in the Home app, and if I go to a particular tile for any given light, there's an option here in settings for Group with Other Accessories, and then I could choose another light I want to group it with. Now in my case, I already grouped together these two lights as status lights, and then I can go here and see the individual lights that are part of this group. So then I have a variety of HomeKit scenes that manage the color of these lights. So I can just turn on my unavailable scene, and then both lights are red. Of course, because they're grouped, I could go in here and change the color of these lights with this one tile in the Home app, and it's going to update automatically in both places. Now I also have an eave door and window sensor on my door, so when I open my office door to leave, it automatically sets those lights back to green because, of course, in that case, I'm going to be available. Hopefully you found this automation helpful. Thanks so much, Shane, for including me in this video.
Hello, my name is Craig from CraigsTechTalk. Thank you, Shane, for having me in this video. My favorite HomeKit automation is my living room night lighting automation. And what this does is 2 hours before sunset, it will turn on all of our living room lighting. It'll bring up our stair lighting, and we'll close the curtains. This is perfect because at that point in the day, it's starting to get a little dark in the house, and what light is coming in through the windows is at a horrible angle and just heating up the room. Without us thinking about it, this keeps that sun out of our dries, keeps the room from heating up, and sets the lights to where we want it for the night. Now for this, I'm using 2 SwitchBot curtains behind my existing curtains. Those are paired up with the SwitchBot Hub 2 that supports Matter. I've been using the SwitchBot curtains for a while using Hubs, so it's great to now be able to use those natively within the Apple Home app. For lighting, I'm using the Nanoleaf Essential bulbs in my lamps and the strips for my TV. I think the Nanoleaf Essential lineup has the best warm and cool white light out there. For color, they're okay. But in places where good white light is a priority, I always go with the Nanoleaf Essentials. I use similar morning and evening automations in my bedroom for my SmartWing cellular shades, and in my wife's office, she has morning and evening automations for her SwitchBot blinds. It's nice to have blinds and shades that automatically close for you on those windows that really heat up a room. It's also great for privacy and not forgetting to close your shades. When I hear the SwitchBot curtains or my smart blinds running, it makes me smile. I think, how cool is it that we can automate this stuff? So thanks again, Shane, for having me in this video.
What up, Shane, and what's good, everyone? My name is Michael Montague from the channel Technithusiast, where I explore fun and sometimes unconventional ways to use smart home technologies. And true to my channel, I got an automation that I think you all would enjoy. So I created a chatbot named Kay to be my virtual assistant to my smart home. I primarily interface with it through Telegram, however, I do have an Apple shortcut that allows me to talk to Kay through Siri. Siri, talk to Kay.
What's the text?
Turn off the office lights. Now, some of you might be thinking, a chatbot isn't an automation, and I gotta call cap on that, bro. Kay is just a fancy automation that can run other automations. Semantics aside, what makes this my favorite automation is because it's powered by GPT, which gives it some fantastic, insane superpowers. I can ask it questions about my house. I can ask it general knowledge questions. And of course, I can run automations.
Office window, right is on or open.
Now, is Kay perfect? No, it's not. Is it fun? Damn straight it is. So if you're interested to learn more, I have an AI Masterclass playlist on my channel where I walk through the basics of how to get this up and running. I hope this was interesting for you guys, and Shane, thanks for inviting me. Okay, bye.
Hey Shane, thanks for asking me to be a part of your automations video. I'm going to cheat just a little bit because I do have a HomeKit scene that I use for this automation, but I also run it within a shortcut. Here in this shortcut, which I run whenever I'm going to watch something in any of my rooms, it shows a menu of which room I'm in, and when I select it, it will run a different part of the shortcut and set a different HomeKit scene once I tap it. One of the reasons I do that is this room, which is the family room, I actually have a Hue sync box behind the TV. And so when I tap this shortcut, once that menu comes up, I'll tap Family Room, and now it'll set the HomeKit scene, turn off all the lights, turn on the TV, because you can trigger the Apple TV from there, and it will actually start my Hue sync box lights syncing in just a few moments. Then when I'm done watching, I actually have another scene where I can say I'm done watching, which room it is, and it will actually turn everything off, turn some dim lights back on, because it's probably late, kids are probably about to go to bed, and now ready for the post-movie getting ready for bed scene. So that's one of my favorite HomeKit automations paired with a shortcut. This way I can enable the Hue sync box. Thanks, Shane. Some great automations and ideas here today. Big thank you again to all the content creators who were willing to share their favorite automation today. Again, this is just part one of a two-part series, so stay tuned. Definitely subscribe, turn on notifications if you haven't already so you don't miss out that next video that's going to be coming out soon. And again, I did put links to everybody's channel down below in the description. I highly encourage you to go and subscribe to all these content creators. If you're building a smart home, you won't regret it. These guys are putting out some great content, and always look forward to what's next from all of them. Stay tuned. That next video is going to be coming soon. And until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.